Imagine standing in a narrow trench somewhere in northern France, 1916. The walls are wet clay and rotting timber, shored up with sandbags that weep moisture in the grey morning light. The smell is extraordinary in the worst possible way. Mud laced with cordite, damp wool, and something you try not to identify beneath the duckboards. And yet, in a small dugout carved into the trench wall like a badger's set, a soldier holds a small polished steel mirror in his blackened hands, tilting it toward a shaft of pale light. He might be shaving, a ritual the British Army insisted upon with near religious devotion, because discipline and cleanliness were understood to be the same thing when civilization felt very far away. He might be scanning the ground above the parapet without exposing his skull to a sniper's patience. Or if you look carefully at the small protective flap hinged to the mirror's back, you might catch a glimpse of a photograph tucked inside. A woman standing in a garden, squinting into a summer sun that belongs to a different world entirely. This is the story of that mirror and everything it represents. The soldiers of the First World War learned fieldcraft the way all true knowledge is learned, through consequence. Drainage was life. Veterans learned to sight their positions on the highest available ground, reading mud colour and soil consistency the way a bushcrafter reads a forest floor. Camouflage was absorbed unconsciously. Equipment dulled, faces darkened, movement timed to the light with the patient discipline of men who understood that a careless silhouette invited a bullet. The Secretan trench mirror served overlapping purposes with admirable economy. Its polished face could flash coded signals across distances using reflected sunlight, a heliograph technique as old as the Roman legions. The small hole punched through its center allowed precise aiming, sighting the beam like a rifle. Raised carefully above the parapet, it became an observation tool, letting a man see his enemy without offering his head as a target. And then there was the photograph tucked behind the protective flap. The mirror that helped a man see his enemy without dying also helped him remember what he was surviving for. That duality is almost unbearably human. Shaving in the grey light of a dugout, using a mirror the size of your palm and water heated in a biscuit tin, was a performance of normalcy so deliberate it became almost sacred. It said, "I am still a person." Modern survivalists who have spent extended time in demanding field conditions will recognize this instinct. The moment when maintaining a small personal standard becomes the thing that keeps the larger psychological structure from collapsing. Food, water, warmth, and morale were all managed through constant improvisation, each small ritual an act of quiet resistance against the chaos overhead. That small steel mirror carries more than its own reflection. It carries the entire architecture of human adaptability under pressure, the capacity to take a single object and make it serve signaling, surveillance, grooming, and memory simultaneously. The men of the Western Front had mud, cold, terror, and each other, and from those materials they built a fieldcraft that was functional, adaptive, and deeply personal. The lessons they left behind: read your terrain, maintain your rituals, keep the photograph close, and are not relics, they are a curriculum. If this episode opened a door you want to walk through, subscribe to Fieldcraft Chronicles and share this video with anyone who values history, self-reliance, and the art of surviving with what you have. Every share keeps this kind of story alive, and these stories deserve to live.